Hello everyone and welcome to Shanna Lee Gardner's jail file, and I wanted to go over this because this has quickly become a case of high interest, and a lot of you who follow the Dan Markel trial have seen the similarities between Shanna's arrest and involvement in the murder of Jared Bridegan to the murder of Dan Markel. And I want to go over Shanna's jail file. I think that the most interesting things that I found was that she is a medium custody, and compared to Donna Sue Adelson being a high risk, she has pretty much been gone into custody pretty willingly. I found pretty interesting that her weight used to be 180. I think that it had changed in this file to 165. She looked closer to 165 at the hearing. She is 5'9", and her build is thin, and she is a kind of like a bodybuilder. She was working out at a CrossFit gym when she met her now estranged husband, Mario, and also co-defendant Mario Fernandez Zeldano. She has no bond. All right, so this is her first time being incarcerated, and she does not feel at risk for SA, so she feels pretty comfortable in the jail, and she also said that she would feel comfortable being housed in general population, even though she is a high-profile inmate. And she signed all this paperwork that she is not trying to escape, even though she did flee to Washington State, where she was, in fact, arrested. And she was born in Utah. Okay, I noticed that she's had about 7 visitors in the jail, and I will not say who those people are. None of them look familiar to me. She is not to interact with Mario Fernandez Zeldano, although I saw her give him a very evil look at the meeting, the last case management hearing, or Henery Tenon. But I guess they do see each other as co-defendants at these meetings. She is a high-profile inmate. She has a one-piece restraint requirement when she's out of her cell. Very interesting. Just as a side note, I looked up one-piece restraint, and I believe that they are handcuffs. And there was a lot of speculation as to why Shanna was in street clothes, but I believe that she was uncuffed at this meeting because she had to take an oath to waive her rights to a speedy trial. As to why Shanna was in street clothes, I do not know, probably because she is a high-profile inmate, and this is a high-profile case. She has a security restriction of 2 officer control. I guess she needs 2 officers around her, probably because of the nature of her charges. I don't think she's allowed any recreation. It says none because of violence. Maybe because of the nature of her charges. And also she is allowed visitation and telephone and tablet. Although I have not received any of her phone call records, although I did request them. So let's see, they did issue a warrant and a governor's warrant for her arrest, which I really have to commend the state of Florida and Washington State for putting this forward so quickly. Big props to Duval County and Washington State county that she was arrested in. Okay, so these are the governor's warrant for arrest and extradition because, Shanna did flee to another state. So, this was sort of a similar situation to Donna Sue Adelson getting on a plane and trying to flee the country. So she left Duval County because there was so much hatred towards her from the neighbors, and everyone hated her. I remember just thinking, yeah, it's probably best for her to leave until they arrest her. So glad that they did. The governor, Ron DeSantis, put out a warrant, and wonderful job. I think Duval County did it exactly the way they should. Goes over her charges a ton of times. That they're charged with murder 1, conspiracy, solicitation, and child abuse, which I think is exactly that. Those poor children living with her parents, it's just not fair right now for them to be taken away from, obviously, both parents, but they should probably be given to Jared's side of the family, in my opinion. Detective Jason Lamont is probably the lead detective on this case, and he was part of finding Shanna in Washington State. So big props to Detective Jason Lamont, and this is the writings of Jason Lamont's kind of experiences with Shanna. And something that I found interesting in this redacted article here, Jason Lamont, on the night of the incident, he went to speak to Shanna Gardner and Mario Fernandez and has communicated with them on several occasions, such as March 1st, and recorded an interview with them, which was about 1 hour, 18 minutes. Then again on April 15th, and which was approximately 1 hour, 18 minutes. So they spoke to him without their lawyers. Those videos are not made public, what their story was at that time. And then Monday, February 6th, 2023, there was a search warrant conducted on Gardner's residence. And then on August 17th was Gardner's arrest in West Richland, Washington. So this detective was definitely a part of Shanna's arrest. So big props to the Duval Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. And I definitely look forward to seeing how this trial goes and what Jose Baez has to say about any of the evidence that he collects from I believe it's like 10 terabytes of information that all these lawyers have to go through. A lot of people say this trial is going to last a very long time. So let's hope for more evidence to come forward, and I'll share that with you as it does. And let's look forward to seeing Mario's meeting on the 11th and see if there's any truth to what he's saying about anything about this confidential information being shared, which his lawyer alleges. So I'll keep you all posted. I wanted to also note that Shanna has waived her rights to a speedy trial. So this trial could take months and months and possibly even go into 2025. And allegedly, Jose Baez is making upwards of $200K per month. I don't know if that is actually true, but it has been alleged. And also, this could be a great test run for people who followed the Dan Markel trial, the prosecutors of the Dan Markel trial, to see how and if Shanna is convicted, how they did it, what type of evidence there is against Shanna, and compare it to this very similar case, the Dan Markel murder. So I think that if you're following the Dan Markel murder, it will be very interesting to see what happens with the Jared Bridegan murder trial. And I have also asked how the children are doing, and the media there has said that they are with Shanna's parents, and I believe that this is such a travesty of justice. I believe they should be with the Bridegan family at this time. So more news to come. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing. So hope to keep you guys updated in the next case management hearing on December 11th, my birthday. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, like, and subscribing. More info to come about Jared, more justice for Jared, more justice for Dan. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.